everybody, Amelia here from The Authoress, back for another week to share with you what I have gotten in my mailbox. I went to the library this past week, and so of course I brought back 4 books, and I got 4 more, so it's kind of a thing. First books that I got in my mailbox. Size 12 is Not 5 by Meg Cabot. This is not the first book I've read by Meg Cabot. This is, I think, the second book I've read by Meg Cabot, and so I'm not overly familiar with her work, but I know that she is a really, really big name. I know she's published a lot of books, and I know that she's responsible for the epicness that is The Princess Diaries. When I saw this at Half Price Books, I was interested because it looked a little bit older, so I was drawn to that because it's not frou-frou. It's funny, but it's also mature. And it's also a mystery. It's a murder mystery. So what's there not to love? So I've actually started reading it, and I'm over 100 pages in, and I do really like it so far. So you should see a review for this on the blog very soon. This next one will be very familiar because I just got it from the library a couple weeks ago. But I got Hold Me Closer, Necromancer by Lish McBride, my own copy in the mail this past week, and I'm so excited because it looks so pretty. Even though I did like the cover for the first one, I like this one because it looks a little bit edgier, and also because it's shiny. So I'm very happy to have my own copy of this, and if you have not picked it up yet, I would definitely add it to your reading pile because it is a fantastic book. This next one is also one I have picked up previously from the library and now have my very own copy. Drink, Slay, Love by Sarah Beth Durst. This book has the honor of being the only vampire book that I actually like. It's an extremely funny book where romance is actually not the main part of it, which is what I really liked. It's very clever and very funny, even if the unicorn kind of threw me for a bit. But it's a very funny book, and I love the main character, and you can find my review for this already on the blog, so check that out. The rest of these are going to be from the library. I was not planning on picking this one up. I was not planning on picking up any of these, actually, with the exception of one. This one happened to pop out at me as soon as I walked into the teen section in the library. Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. This book is the second book in her Darkest Minds trilogy series. I really, really enjoyed The Darkest Minds. It was a fantastic book. I was already a fan of Alexandra Bracken's before with her debut novel, but she really ramped it up a notch with The Darkest Minds. I was very impressed with it. I loved the start of the series, and so now I have the second book. It's so exciting. I'm trying to contain myself, and I'm going to try very hard not to read it out of schedule. So I have books before that need to be read, so I will try my very best not to read this until those are read first. This next one, The Body at the Tower by Y.S. Lee. Just last week I had the first book in the series. It featured in my mailbox post. I read it and I devoured it in like a day. I read like the first 30 pages in one go, and then I read the whole rest of the book in another go. It's that good, so it's almost addicting. And so this is another book. This is another book where I will have to contain myself not to read it too fast, because there's a third book. This is the second book. The first book is A Spy in the House, and this is the second book. Then there's a third book, and then the fourth book has not been released yet in the US, and so it doesn't come out till next year. And so I have to pace myself. So after I read this one, I probably won't let myself read the third book until this fall, and I don't know how I'm going to survive. But it's so good. I'm so happy to have the second book. So it's at the bottom of my reading pile. I'm trying to go slowly and savor it. The next book was a surprise pickup for me. I was not expecting to find it, but I'm very happy that I did because it looks like a really, really good book. All These Things I've Done by Gabrielle Zevin. What caught me was that chocolate is contraband. Caffeine is illegal. The city is riddled with crime. It says so right there. So really, what more needs to be said? Chocolate is contraband and caffeine is illegal. How do people even function? I surely don't know, but I would love to find out. So I read the first couple pages and I was really compelled by the character's voice. I'm not really familiar with Gabrielle Zevin's work. I know she did Elsewhere, but it was one of those books where I started and could not finish because I wasn't really motivated at the time. But this one looks really compelling, so I'm really excited to pick it up. Last but certainly not least, Wolfmark by Joseph... I don't want to say his last name because I'm probably going to get it wrong. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't. And I hate mispronouncing names. I'd rather not say their names if I fear mispronouncing it. It looks really cool though. I picked it up because of the title, Wolfmark. I really like that because I like wolves. So I read the first couple pages, loved it, and so I'm really excited to pick this one up. Thank you to Diane from Odds and Thens for choosing the number 5. This is the book that I'll be reading this weekend. Thank you. It looks really exciting, and I'm really excited. That's actually all for me this week. I hope y'all had an excellent week in reading, and shoot me a comment and tell me what you read this week. I would love to know. If you didn't already know, I have a giveaway currently going on. It's for reaching 150,000 page views. Yay! And I'm giving away a $10 Amazon gift card. So if Amazon is of any use to you, you might want to hop on over, enter yourself in that giveaway. As for reviews this week, Nora Oliver is visiting the blog again with her review of The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. And I have my review of The Last Dragon Slayer by Jasper Fforde going up on the 17th. So on Monday, the 16th, you can stop by the blog and check out Nora's opinion of one of her favorite books. Until next week, happy reading.